Good morning. Today I'll talk about spaceship in Indian science fiction. Indian science fiction writers use both the type of the mode of traveling, less than the speed of the light and more than the speed of the light. If we use the speed more than light, we contradict Einstein's general theory of relativity. Although follow it. In Indian science fiction, journey to the moon was started in a balloon. Astronaut Hanspal in a balloon struggles against gravity, reaches the moon, and visits moon men in the story Chandralok Ki Yatra, written by Keshav Prasad Singh. Then we started using rockets in our Indian science fiction. Dr. Sampurnanandji first uses the rocket in his novel पृथ्वी से 17 मंडल तक और from the earth to Ursa Major, and he calls it Marutwan. The rocket travels faster than the speed of the light, so it completes the journey of Ursa Major and its planets in the 7 years. However, he never mentioned anything about the speed of the rocket. Similarly, Acharya Chatursen Shastri sends Jorovsky, the protagonist, the main character, in a rocket to the dark side of the moon in his novel Khagras. Ramesh Verma called his spaceship rocket and sent his crew to asteroid Ceres. In science fiction, अंतरिक्ष के कीड़े or the worms of the space. In Dr. Naval Bihari Mishra long story, The Last Man or Antim Admi, rocket Narad is sent for 10 years journey from the earth to a distant planet full abode of life in a nebula, but he returns after 142 years on the earth owing to time dilation effect. Kailash sent his spaceship Maitri to Quasar's Sinorama. And for the first time in Indian science fiction, propelled his spaceship with quark energy called Prion in his story Mrityunjay. He also uses the concept of the time dilation effect. Harish Goyal, in his science fiction novel Kaljai Yatra, harnesses first time tachyon particles, builds a rocket to assemble the moving part in space that travel faster than light. Finberg first coined the concept in 1967, and then Sudarshan presented a paper on tachyons. It was built beyond Neptune astronauts get the weird experience of the fourth dimension in the Tachyon rocket. Before it, Harsh Goel uses the spaceship Ramjet to reach near the speed of the light. Ramjet is a giant mouth in the front of the space vessel, sucking up interstellar hydrogen and blasting it out. The novel first uses it after Io and crossed Saturn. After that, he uses a photon propulsion system drive to dock with the Tachyon rocket. In the novel, he has mentioned generation ship and Sunjammer spaceship. A generation ship takes hundreds of the years to reach the exoplanet, and many generations of the crew members would be spent before reaching the destination. A Sunjammer is a weird hypothesis, fantastic form blown through space by light pressure impinging on a watt cell. All these spaceships are used in the novel based on the concept of the hypothesis, but sometimes he uses fantastic and unbounded imagination for using a spaceship. While returning from the planet Vishwakarma in the Capricornus constellation in the Tachyon ship, the astronauts enter another ship called Dream Trave that is coined by me. After docking, they arrive on the Earth after 150 years. Ultimately, they wanted to reach in the present time. For this, they have to travel time traveling. For this purpose, they use endochronic ship. The endochronic ship was made of light motive particle that is coined by him, that has been collected on the planet Vishwakarma, that can go in the past or future. Harsh Goel uses the concept of space sound in his story Operation Genesis, propelled by antimatter particles. The speed of the ship of space sound increases by oozing particles into the space. The Earth's gravity is maintained in the ship. The concept was first given by Russian scientist K.P. Stanukovich. Matter-antimatter collision propelled ship was also used in his story Pradushan Rahit Yudh or Pollution Free War, and also story Kayakal Mars, Regeneration Mars. In his story Alien Se Mudbhed, Encounters with the Aliens, the spaceship Amazing propelled with the antimatter matter collision. He also uses the spaceship by ion propelled drive or AMS propulsion drive in the story Alien Se Mudbhed and Punaruddhar, the encounter with the aliens and regeneration. In his story or novelette universe के पार, beyond universe, the spaceship has a covering of the nano composite material. In science fiction novel Aliens and Palayat Manavta, Aliens and Escape Humanity, the spaceship has the shell of dark matter composite. Dark matter composite. It is also propelled by dark matter energy and warm and dark matter particles. It is astounding to search for dark matter in space and harness it. Dr. Rajiv Ranjan Upadhyay uses tachyon propelled ship in his science fiction Quahak and science fiction is Dharapar on this planet. Dr. Upadhyay ji called his ship Urdu Mugda, Ram Scope and athlete Akhir Tak in his science fiction novel Utri Akash Ganga mein or in the northern sky. Urdu Mugda, driven by astronaut Anahita, was fallen and deactivated. The cosmic pirate Sivan attacks Anahita. His ship is called Akhetak. The ship Ramascope is just like Ramjet, which scoops hydrogen from the space. He called his ship Brahma in his story Prakriti Parivartan, nature transformation. Dr. Arvind Mish uses a fourth dimensional space in his story Dedan. A gorgeous alien woman arrives on the earth in fourth dimensional spaceship. Jishan Hithar Jaddi uses rocket propelled nuclear energy in his story Anjan Padosi or An Unknown Neighbor. Dr. Dubey used generation ship in his story Dr. D. Manish Mohan Gore and Dr. Arvind Mish called his ship Sampati. In the story Swargrath, Heaven Chariot. In Pradeep Kumar Mukherjee's story, in Hare Capsule Ki Chori, the theft of the green capsule, the rocket is propelled using gamma photon. Thanks very much.